Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer bent over row, and we're going to be taking a pronated grip with a specific exercise. This is an incredible exercise for your back, so I highly recommend you guys do it. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your arm or the cable arm height all the way down to the bottom. So put this as low as you can get it, and then the rotation arm, you want to keep that at a 1. That way you're inside the machine as much as possible and not in the middle of the gym floor. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is set up your weight. I recommend you start off light. Make sure you can do 20 repetitions and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or every month. Once you do that, step a little bit away from the machine. That way you get a little bit of tension before you can even start the exercise. And then bend that around a 45-degree angle with your knees slightly bent and you're bending over. Then grab your handles and pull the weight towards your belly button. But before we continue, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Then once you do that, the main key things you want to do is make sure that you keep your elbows tight to your sides as much as you can. Don't force it. As you can tell here, I'm not forcing it towards my sides, but I'm keeping them fairly tucked. I'm not allowing them to just flare out like I'm not thinking about it. You want to actually try to keep it, fairly close to the sides of your body. And then you want to make sure that you're keeping your chin tucked while you do this. Stand around shoulder width apart. Like I said, push your hips back, bend over. Keep your core tight, keep your lower back flat. Do not round your lower back or upper back. And then once you do that, just pull it straight to your belly button and think about driving your shoulders back as you're doing it. So imagine there's like a penny in between your shoulder blades and you're thinking about squeezing that as you go back. Then as you go forward, you want to actually pronate. So you actually want to protract, not pronate. You want to make sure that you're protracting the shoulders and the scapula forward. So slight hunch of the upper back, allowing that stretch to take place. And then when you're pulling the weight back, you want to contract. So protract, retract, protract, retract. And that's what you want to do as you're adding resistance to this specific motion, because that's how your back is going to most likely to grow as much as possible, because you're activating different muscle fibers while you do all this. So there's a stretch reflex here and there's a contraction at the top. So those are key things when it comes to doing this exercise correctly. Also, another thing I would recommend is, like I said, keep your chin tucked. What most people do is they start looking up, and then when you look up, your body starts to stand up, and then you completely start changing the angle of the exercise, and then this becomes more like a shrug, and you start working your traps instead of actually working your back. Even though your traps are on your back, but you get what I'm saying. You want to be working like the majority of your back here, and the only way you're going to do that is maintaining that 45-degree angle. So like I said, if your head is up, this will naturally happen throughout your set. So just make sure that you keep your chin tucked and that you do not change the angle by changing your torso. Also make sure you're doing full reps all the way to the belly button. And then also make sure you're fully extending, because you want to activate as much muscle fibers to its natural range of motion as possible. Like I said, make sure that chin stays tucked. That way you're keeping your torso as straight as possible. Also, do not round over like this. This will 100% hurt your back.